Hey there, welcome back to Psych Sizzle. My name is Pavneet Lote, and I am a licensed psychologist. And yes, this is how I sound like. So I would be using more of my voice. And although I sound a bit congested, it's due to a cold. And yes, so without any further ado, today we are diving into something a bit more clinical and honestly essential, especially for psychology students and enthusiasts. We're talking about what's basically the holy book for mental health professionals, the DSM-5, the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Health Disorders. Have you ever wondered how mental health professionals actually know when someone has depression, anxiety, or schizophrenia? It's not just a matter of opinion or how someone seems. There is a science and structure behind it. That structure is found in the DSM-5. In today's video, I'm laying the foundation for everything you need to understand about mental health diagnosis. Whether you're a student, professional, or just curious about how the mind works, we're going to explore what mental health disorders are, how they're diagnosed, what the DSM-5 and DSM-5-TR are, and why they matter. This will be the starting point of a full series where I will break down different disorders one by one. Let's start with the basics. What exactly is a mental health disorder? A mental disorder, according to the DSM-5, is a syndrome characterized by clinically significant disturbance in a person's cognition, emotional regulation, or behavior. And that disturbance reflects a dysfunction in the psychological, biological, or developmental process underlying mental functioning. In plain language, this means that a mental disorder affects how someone thinks, feels, or behaves, and it causes real problems in daily life. It's not just feeling sad sometimes, it's not being shy, it's not being quirky. It's when a pattern of symptoms leads to distress, disability, or difficulty functioning at work, in relationships, or even in personal care. For example, being nervous before a big presentation is normal, but if you're avoiding all social interactions for months because of an intense fear of being judged, that could indicate a social anxiety disorder. So, why do we need a manual? Why can't we just trust instincts or personal judgment? Well, mental health symptoms can overlap, and our personal biases can easily come into play. We need a standard way to define and diagnose mental disorders so that treatment is accurate and consistent. This is where the DSM comes in. As mentioned earlier, the DSM stands for the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. It is the primary tool used by psychiatrists, psychologists, counselors, and researchers to identify and classify mental illnesses. It offers criteria, a list of symptoms, timelines, and conditions that must be met to confirm a diagnosis. Now, let's talk about two versions you may hear about, DSM-5 and DSM-5-TR. The DSM-5 was published in 2013. In 2022, the DSM-5-TR was released. The TR stands for Text Revision. It's not a new edition, but it includes updates based on new research, better cultural understanding, and revised diagnostic codes. One major addition was prolonged grief disorder. Other changes include updating statistics on prevalence, using more inclusive language, and clarifying confusing sections The core structure remains the same, though, but the text is refined to reflect current knowledge and inclusive practices. The DSM isn't just a list of disorders. It's organized into categories or chapters based on the nature of the conditions. Each category reflects a specific area of mental functioning. For instance, neurodevelopmental disorders like autism spectrum disorder and ADHD appear early in development. Schizophrenia, spectrum, and other psychotic disorders involve distorted thinking and perception. Mood disorders such as major depressive disorder and bipolar disorder involve changes in mood and energy levels. Anxiety disorders are characterized by excessive fear or anxiety. And obsessive compulsive and related disorders involve unwanted repetitive thoughts or behaviors. Trauma and stress related disorders like PTSD are linked to traumatic event. Personality disorders involve long standing patterns of behavior that are inflexible and maladaptive. Each disorder within these chapters has specific diagnostic criteria, required symptoms, duration, functional impact, and rule-outs. So the DSM is really important. It helps clinicians make reliable diagnoses. It ensures people get the right treatment and allows research to be standardized. Insurance companies even use DSM codes to approve or deny treatment, but it's not without its flaws. Some critics say the DSM is too categorical or medicalized. Real human experiences don't always fit into neat boxes. Cultural factors, gender, and context can also affect how symptoms are experienced and interpreted. That's why skilled clinical judgment and cultural sensitivity are still essential. Now that you understand what mental disorders are and how we classify them, we can begin our journey through the DSM-5 in the upcoming episodes. I'll be breaking down each category and disorder in clear, simple terms with case examples and mnemonics to help you learn. So, if you're ready to explore the human mind, one diagnosis at a time, follow this series and share it with someone who wants to learn more about mental health. And let me know in the comments what disorder you want to explore first. Thank you.